I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn, and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe
I think somebody should look into that too when you continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
So obviously, Uncle Trump made that comment at the Black Journalist Conference, and the left, they're losing their minds over it. But honestly, I felt like that was a smart move. He said what a lot of people are thinking. And I have some videos to prove that, and I'll be dropping some YouTube shorts on those, so be on the lookout for those. Check out my YouTube shorts if you aren't checking them out. Hey, and check out the merch too, okay? Link is in the description. But Charlamagne went on CNN after this whole situation went down and had some interesting things to say. And I want you guys to see it, all right? So with that being said, let's dive in.
So Charlamagne, Trump's not backing away from the controversy. Today he went online, he shared a photo of Harris wearing a sari in a family photo, and he writes about it. Your warmth, friendship, and love of your Indian heritage are very much appreciated. Okay, so that's what he did today. Let me just ask it to you this way, though, Charlamagne. Does he deserve credit?
First off, Trump is hilarious for posting that. Some people may call it, oh, well, that's a little childish. Well, and this is the thing. When people say, Trump, goes after people, well, that's because they've been going after him left, right, every single day since he announced that he was running. Since the moment he announced, since he came down that escalator, they've been going after this man. So, I try to put myself in his shoes, and if I had everybody coming after me every single day, it was something else, right? Somebody's trying to twist my words or taking some little short clip and making a sound bite out of it to make it sound like I said something I didn't say, or attacking my family, or, yes, I'm going to come back at you. I don't care if you white, black, blue, purple, tall, short, fat, skinny, gay, or straight. I'm coming after everybody. Okay? Because y'all been coming after me. So when people, oh, well, Trump is so mean. Well, people are mean to him, so it's wrong for him to dish it back. If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen, baby. I would get sick of it too, right? I would get sick of just, it's all good. I can only turn the other cheek for so many times before I'm just like, all right, the gloves are off. Yep, I'm going after every single one of y'all. And I probably would do it in a worse way than Trump, but, it is what it is.
As he says, for showing up at the Black Journalist event yesterday.
Peace, Aaron. How are you, first and foremost? Does he deserve credit? No, he doesn't deserve credit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a damn about any of this, and neither should you. Nobody in the media should care. Donald Trump doesn't have any new tricks. He focuses on identity. He focuses on race. He focuses on gender. He makes white America.
Hold on, wait. So it's Trump that focuses on race and gender, but y'all were the ones saying that Biden needed a black woman. Y'all are the ones parading Kamala around as a black woman. Y'all are the ones talking about the fact that she's a woman. No, nobody's talking about, oh, well, Kamala's policies and this and that are nobody's talking about that. One reason why is because Kamala hasn't talked about policies. One, because her policies absolutely suck. We've seen the results of that, right? This is her presidency. We've seen what Joe Biden is. That man's a skeleton. Now, I hope he lives the rest of his life out peacefully, right? Hope he enjoys the rest of his time. I don't hate the man. I dislike his policies. But this is her presidency. Make no mistake about that. This is her presidency. That man don't even know what day of the week it is. You know, like, goodness gracious. But then also, you know, people know how bad her policies are. So nobody's really talking about that. People are talking about she's a black woman. So Trump is the one focusing on that, or are y'all the ones focusing on that? I mean, I think that question is obvious. It's Democrats who are focusing on it. But, you know, Charlamagne's a liar. You know, that's the reason why he's Charlamagne the devil. But anyway, let's continue.
I think that the changing demographics of this country are a threat to their livelihood, and he makes them believe if we don't take things back to the way they were, probably 1950-something, then America as they know it will be ruined. It's just a distraction. Like Public Enemy had a album called Fear of a Black Planet. Trump tries to scare people with the fear of a black and brown America, and we have to stop falling for it. Like we just have to stop falling for it.
All right,
like,
so yeah. All right, so today, though, you know, you talk about it. You tackled it on your show because it's out there. People are talking about it. One of your callers actually called in and said something about it that I wanted to play for everyone so you could explain sort of how this makes you think and feel. Here's the caller.
Man, to be honest, Kamala Harris, she already said that she wasn't black. It's all over everything. She done had interviews. Yeah. I understand. But she already said that she's not black. She identifies as an Indian. When she was running and she did all of that at California. Yes, she has.
No, she hasn't.
Yes, she has.
Listen, have you ever read her book?
No, I don't read. I won't. Say what now?
In her book, she specifically talks about how, you know, her mom definitely instilled her Indian heritage in her, but also told her she was a black woman and raised her to be a proud black woman.
They have an interview. She has a verbal interview with a white woman, and she says that she is not black. She is Indian.
Lord have mercy.
So what do you do about that?
What do I do? Is I tell everybody not to be distracted, and I would say the same thing to the vice president. All the vice president has to do is stay on message. All these conversations about what's black, who's black, forget all that. You know, how you gonna put money in people's pockets? How you gonna keep people safe? That's what both candidates need to be talking about over the next 95 days. We all know.
The issue about that is that y'all don't want to talk about that. I mean, Trump would love to talk about that, and Trump has talked about that, but y'all brought up the fact that Trump is mean, and you know, in the black journalist interview, the chick framed it as if Trump only goes after black journalists. Well, you've questioned this black person and that black person and said something about this. Well, what about his lawsuit against George Stephanopoulos? Is he black? Last time I checked, he ain't. What about when Donald Trump called Caitlin Collins a mean and nasty person? Y'all remember that? You're such a nasty person. You know that clip that went viral? She ain't black. So stop with this whole narrative. Trump only goes after black people. Trump goes after anybody and everybody that goes after him. Don't matter if you're white, black, blue, purple, tall, short, fat, skinny, gay, or straight. He going after anybody that goes after him. But of course, Democrats want to push this narrative that Trump is racist and he only goes after black people. He only has something to say about black people. But he's literally suing George. Is he suing the black person right now? Oh, yeah, exactly. You don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk. See, this is the thing that really frustrates me. These Democrats always want to talk, oh, well, Trump lied. Trump don't tell the truth. Well, why don't y'all tell the truth? And the truth is that Trump ain't racist. Trump goes after everybody. Anybody and everybody can get the smoke. Anybody can get this work from Trump. Anybody. Don't matter who you are. He went after the black chick journalist and absolutely owned her. He went after Caitlin Collins, absolutely owned her. He's going after George Stephanopoulos, and I'm sure he'll own him too. Right? It don't matter. Man or woman, don't matter. Black or white, it don't matter. I just gave 3 examples off the top of my head, or 2 examples off the top of my head of him going after somebody that ain't, 2 people that ain't black, just off the top of my head. But he only goes after black people. Like, that's the narrative that they try to push. But they're the party of wanting to get rid of misinformation and disinformation. But they're the ones pushing it out. Come on now. A person is blind. A bat could see that one, right? Stevie Wonder ain't got no problem seeing that one.
Kamala Harris is black, and we all know she's Indian. And we also know Donald Trump is a bigot, and we know he's divisive. I don't need the media running Donald Trump's greatest hits over and over for the next 95 days. Donald Trump, as of right now, has no real strategy against the vice president. So they're going to say she's a DEI hire. They're going to attempt to weapon.
Which she is. I literally have a clip of Joy Reid basically saying that Joe Biden had to pick a black woman. Come on now. Come on now. A woman of color, right? What are we talking about here? And Trump is divisive? What about when Maxine Waters said we need to press up on them and make sure that they are not welcome anymore, anywhere? What about when Joe Biden said, I wish I could take him behind the gym? What about when Chris Cuomo got on TV and said, when are protests supposed to be peaceful? Like, what about all of these different examples of Democrats saying all of this negative stuff? What about when what's the celebrity chick? I forgot her name. I think she's a comedian. Where she held up the bloody head of Donald Trump. What about the other celebrity guy who said when's the last time a president was assassinated? I think those were his words. I could be wrong on the wording, but I think he said something along the lines of, when's the last time a president was assassinated? Some other celebrity said, where's John Wilkes Booth when you need him? What about all of these instances of Democrats wanting or calling for violence? You don't talk about that, but, oh, Trump is divisive. You see what I mean? This stuff just really annoys me, and it has to be called out.
Recognize her not having kids. They're going to question her blackness. Ignore it all. Aaron, listen.
But Charlamagne, I understand, but you're talking about the media, and I'm not taking it personally, but I do think it's important, in part because of that caller.
Media too, though.
I know, but too. Yeah, no, I understand, but that caller calls in, and whether it should or shouldn't, sometimes it just is. If it gets into the ether and it starts affecting how people think and feel, then that becomes an actual problem. How do you deal with that? You get calls like that. You actually have an opportunity to interact with someone, to try to explain. Do you feel like people hear you?
Yes. I have no problem telling that young man he's bugging. Well, you could say he's half right? Because, yes, the vice president has said she's Indian, but she also says she's black because she's both. And that's why we need to ignore it all. The media should focus on whatever candidate is talking about the issues. Anything else is not worth the airtime. How many times is Donald Trump going to run the same?
Focus on whatever candidate is talking about issues. Well, then you need to focus on Donald Trump then, because he's talked about the issues. Show me the video where Kamala has been talking about the issues and actually solving the issues. I know she said, I'll have the border crisis solved. What? That doesn't even make any sense. She's literally the vice president now. Why haven't you fixed it? You're already in office. That's another thing that just blows my mind. She's already in office, and she's saying that just elect me again, or just elect me as president, and I will fix the border crisis. You're already in office. Like, what are we talking about? You're the vice president, for goodness sake. You're already there. Fix it. Since you claim you can fix it, fix it. But that's how you know she's lying. That's how you know it's all smokescreen. That's how you know it's all BS. You're already there. What are you talking about? You can just elect you as president and you can fix the border? What? Like that alone just blows my mind that anybody would listen to anything like that. She's already there. Now, granted, yes, she's not the president. Well, she might as well, because Joe is obviously not there. Like I said, this is basically her presidency. Joe's just a figurehead, in my humble opinion. But she's already there. Why haven't you fixed it? Exactly. You're not going to do anything. My goodness.
Same trick over and over and over, and we continue to fall for it and be distracted. Focus on the issues. Focus on the candidate who has an actual plan for America.
All right, so let me ask you, J.D. Vance is commenting on her. He's been trying to defend Trump's comments about her. And here's what he said to our Steve Contorno. I'm going to highlight one word here, but let me just play it.
Look, all he said is that Kamala Harris is a chameleon. She goes to Georgia 2 days ago. She was raised in Canada. She puts on a fake Southern accent. She is everything to everybody, and she pretends to be somebody different depending on which audience she's in front of. I think it's totally reasonable for the president to call that out, and that's all he did.
So he calls her a chameleon, and it's the exact same word, actually, Charlamagne, that his former friend, longtime friend, used to describe J.D. Vance to me. Here's what she said.
What I've seen is a chameleon, someone who is able to change their positions and their values depending on what will amass them political power and wealth. And I think that's really unfortunate because it reflects a lack of integrity.
I'll just note, Charlamagne, that he used the word chameleon after his friend used it. I don't know whether that, whether he saw that. It's very possible he did. But you write about this,
So I think that's in reference to J.D. Vance kind of saying he's a never Trumper, which she's explained that before. But, one thing that they won't talk about is how Kamala did the exact same thing. And as a matter of fact, even worse. She called Joe Biden a racist, right? Somebody that hates anybody of color, anybody that isn't white, and was opposed to busing, which I got a story on that too, but I'm gonna save that for another video. So you mean to tell me you accepted to be on a ticket with someone that you called a clear racist and was against desegregating busing as well? That's the person you decided to be on a ticket with? Really? Last time I checked, J.D. Vance just said he didn't like Trump. He just didn't like Trump. He didn't call Trump a racist or, this or that type of, label that they always throw out there. He said he didn't like the guy. He didn't call him a racist. So you got on a ticket with a racist? But of course, CNN's not going to question Kamala Harris being a chameleon, right? Oh, J.D. Vance, he didn't like Trump before, and now he's on a ticket with Trump. Goodness gracious. You see the double standard? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to show y'all that and absolutely call it out, because it's total BS. Total and utter BS. But as always, y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.